Hey guys, this video is about installing new window regulators in an old pickup. This is going to be, we're going to put these in a new, not new, in a 69 C-10 Chevy truck. And really what it does, for those of you that don't know, back in the day you had to crank windows open and close by hand. So that's what this is. That's where the knob connects. And replacing these regulators makes the window work really smooth. Let's get going with this project. Anything. Here's the window regulator. As you crank, the action arm brings the window up and down. Okay, the window's gonna rest in a little subframe right here. And that's it, super simple. So to do this, we're gonna remove the crank, these 4 bolts, and then have to finagle the whole unit out. Put the new one in. Then we've got these new felts already installed here. We'll do that on the other side and show you how that's done. And then we're going to reinstall the quarter windows. So much fun. All right, so to remove these window cranks, you see that little clip right there? It's super easy to remove. I'm just gonna take my fingers and press the clip like that. You don't need a tool or anything. It's gonna shoot up here and hit the camera. There it goes. So there's the clip. Pull that off. And just so you don't lose the clip, I'm gonna put it right back on the handle, just like that. And to reinstall these, once we're done, you just press it in. Clicks in, super easy, okay? So set that aside. Now we just need a Phillips to remove these 4 screws, and that will drop the regulator. That's up next. All of the weight is on that top screw, so I'm going to have to use both hands for that one. These are short, stubby little buggers. The top screw, obviously when you do this, you're going to be using both hands, not trying to film it at the same time. I've got the weight of the regulator in my left hand, and my right hand I'll be undoing this screw. Actually, if you shift it around, now it's just, the regulator is going to fall into the door, which is totally fine. Oh, it's a little tight. There we go. Give it a little shift, a little wiggle. There we go. So much easier with both hands. 1 second. Okay, got that 4th screw out, and with my left hand, I'm just maneuvering that regulator out, dropping it down, and I will pull it out of this spot. This one's actually not in that bad a shape. Looks like it was actually replaced pretty recently. Not too shabby. I'll talk to the owner of the truck, see if he's really wanting to swap these. He will, I'm sure. Because why not go new if you have it? These could be cleaned up and sold or whatever. All right, the passenger side, I've already pulled that off. Cracked this one loose, cracked these loose. I'm trying to do it left-handed, which is extra awesome. This is the original regulator. You can see it's all super jacked up. When we picked up this pickup, when we got this pickup, the guy we picked it up from was in the process of restoring it. You know, there's different levels of restorations, and he was doing a bunch of good things to it, but we really want to make it as close to new, if not better than new, as possible. We are going to need to replace these. The handle has some wiggle from the shaft. That's normal for these old things, but the shaft itself is kind of worn there inside. You can probably see, let's see if I can dial that in. There we go. See if I can get the telephone to hold still. There we go. So that's the shaft wiggle, and that's the handle. You can see that clip that you pop off right there to remove the handle. But over all the years of use, it's just kind of worn out. When the reason why that wears is it's kind of spring loaded, obviously, but every time you open the door, it pulls on that shaft and kind of wears out. But we'll get some new ones of those and swap those in as well. Something I didn't get in the driver's side video. Let's see if I can figure out what camera lens. These new cameras have, or telephones have, way too many lenses. There's a track right here. If you can see that track. This wheel on the regulator rides in that track, and that's what keeps the whole thing square. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I'm gonna put this handle on and crank it up and down, show you how it works from the inside. All right, I removed the clip. It's sitting over there. I was putting this on to show you temporarily how it works. Sorry about all the airplane noise. I am at an airport. That's kind of where my life is always. As I crank the window, this is bringing the window up. See that roller coming up towards us? The window itself is gonna sit on that roller and that roller. Go wide angle, you get the whole deal. And with that one arm, that one wheel sitting in that track right here, that keeps the window level. Okay, so to remove this, I gotta undo this last screw, and then I'll just pull the whole regulator. This will go in, push into the door, and then slide the whole thing over, drop it down, and pull it out. All right, so I've got the 4 screws out. I'm gonna try again to do it one-handed. So I'm gonna lift the regulator, let me get it on wide angle here. Lift the regulator, and I'm gonna push with this finger into the door. That drops that. Now this view in here, I'm sliding it forward, and it pulls that pulley out of that track. There we go. So that's in the track. You have to get the crank mechanism inside the door in order to get this out of the track. There we go. And this exact opposite to install. All right, here's our 4 regulators. We have our brand new driver's side, brand new passenger side, and these 2 are flipped compared to these 2, right? Like I said, on the driver's side, this one's somewhat new. It's probably, I don't know, 3-4 years old. It still works, but since we have this, it's all taken apart, we're gonna put in the brand new one. Now, when these old windows stop working, this is the original regulator, 1969. See all the lithium grease. There's attempts to make it work a little better, and sometimes they work, often they do. These rollers, check this out. I'm gonna flip these over the exact same way. Okay, so these are both passenger side. This is the brand new one. This nylon roller works. This one doesn't even go. So this, see how it's all squared off? That's just been rubbing in that track with lots of friction. Windows are supposed to roll, not drag, right? Flip this back over, flip this one over. This top one which is on the supporting the window itself. It's got the same issue with a flat spot, and I can't even turn it. Well, I can, but barely. There's no way this is gonna work out long term. So swapping these regulators out will make these windows work really, really nice. So we'll put in the 2 new ones. This one's trash. This one we might find someone that has an old C-10 and see if they want it. I don't know. Not my call. I'm just doing the work. All right, so this is the passenger side ready to go in. Something to be aware of. It's kind of hard. Let's see if I can knock it with my knee. See how it locks over there? And this will spin all the way around. You want to make sure you get that lined up right. Otherwise, your window is not going to work, okay? The easy way to tell if this is lined up right is this long arm. The long arm is the one that's going to go into our track right here that we explained. The other way to remember is it's literally the only way it can fit. All right, this is so much easier with 2 hands. What I've done is I've set the regulator in and I brought it up here so I can hold this, the crank shaft with my left hand as I reach in. Let's see if I can do this. So the phone is just sitting on the trunk door right now. And right here by my right forearm, you can see that wheel. That's sliding into that track. Then I'm bringing it back. And push that through there. Then I can set my screws and it's in place, okay? All right, so we got that regulator in. We got this wheel in its track, right? It's the only one in a track. I don't know how loud that helicopter is. I got these weird robot ear things. What are they? AirPods is, I guess, what they're called. I'm just gonna put this in temporary, and we're gonna verify that the Windows regulator is doing what it needs to do. See those 2 wheels that are coming up? Those are gonna hold the window itself. And it goes down as I crank. I think we are done with that one. Yeah, there it pops right out, see? Obviously you're not gonna crank it that far when you're opening your window. And the reason is it pops this bottom one out of its track. So I'm gonna relieve some pressure, slide it back in, and not do that again because that's just a dumb move. Here we go. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, it worked. All right, off to the driver's side, and then we're gonna do the windows. Okay, here's the driver's side. Let's see if I can one-hand it here. Slide that in, and I'm gonna go high where it does not belong, and set that there. Oh dear, I don't know if this is gonna work out for me. Come on, so close, so close. All right, so I got that in the track. Now my arm is all the way in the door. Lift the crank itself. I'm gonna set that there. Now I need both hands so I can position it to get the screws in. All right, I've got one screw in, and see how the others aren't lining up? When I zoom out, my left hand, I'm just lifting that regulator to where it'll line up, right? So, zooming in again, right there. I'm just gonna hold it with my left hand, set these other screws, and then I'll tighten them all up. Okay, so I'm gonna probably wanna reposition these once I get the windows in, but the install, I've got the clip on. All you gotta do is push it in, okay? I'm gonna verify the proper function. Window down, window up. Looks good. Okay, now we got to do these quarter windows. We've got the felt in here. That's how you replace the regulators on a 69 C-10. It's very similar for all older cars. Just so you know, this is what the window itself sits in, okay? We're gonna do another video on how to put the glass back in the track. And the glass is gonna sit here. This part right here by my thumb is where those wheels are gonna ride. And that, as we crank it, lifts it up and down. Remember, here, I'll show you on this other deal. So, remember the long arm is the one in the door. So let me flip this over. See these cutouts? There's a cutout here and a cutout here. When you install the window, those go right there. So there's a specific position you have to have this regulator set at for the window to be installed or not. Now, as you're cranking that window, if this track isn't clean or these wheel bearings aren't working right, they just wear and wear, they don't turn, they just slide and grind, and you end up with wheel bearings like this. That one I can't even turn. This is the one in the door. So we're gonna clean this all out, degunk it, clean it up, and get these windows working right. Thanks for watching. Be sure and subscribe, share, comment. If you got better tips, please throw them down there. Thanks.